Hello, hello. It is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for this Moon Astrology Tarot, this time for the Moon in Cancer, July 4th through the 6th. Happy July 4th in the United States if you celebrate. If you don't, I'm here for you. Okay, so we of course have the new moon in Cancer. Highly recommend going to my Cancer season, sun and rising signs to see where this moon is landing in what house in your chart. So you know what you're kind of focusing on for this new moon. If you're setting intentions for it or having a new moon ritual or ceremony, that sort of thing. So I know this is a holiday weekend in the United States, at least. And what I will say is this is an opportunity to shift how you nurture and soothe your inner wounds. And by that, I mean, like, maybe it's an opportunity to be in integrity with how you soothe your wounds or nurture your wounds or comfort your nerves. And well, that too. Your wound versus numbing them or self-deprecating or being maybe less self-compassionate with yourself and those around you. We all have a lot surfacing right now. We are all going through, like I said, a long-term transformation and up-leveling. Our lives are shifting and going in directions that are very unknown and unfamiliar to us. Therefore, it's almost like the definition of insanity. If you do the same thing every time something surfaces, makes you angry, hurt, upsets you in some way, and every time that happens, you go for the Ben and Jerry's. Maybe this time it's, going for a walk or a workout or having a, I don't know, having a sparkling water or something like that. It doesn't feel the same. And you're like, Sara, that's stupid. And I feel like shit when I do that. And I'd rather just eat the Ben and Jerry's. Like, I totally get it. I really get it. However, my point is that this could be an opportunity to really show yourself that you can be disciplined in this area and choose a different way. And it's not going to feel great the first time. Kind of like, if you go to the gym for the first time in a long time, you're like, ugh, why? What was I thinking? But you keep showing up and doing it that way versus sleeping in. You're gonna be like in a couple weeks or so, you're gonna be like, oh, that feels so much, I feel good. Now I feel good when I go to the gym. I want to eat healthier. I want to, I want to eat, I want to sleep more. I want to read. I want to, whatever it is. Like, it starts shifting other parts of your life. And I feel like that's what this new moon is, what way can you shift how you currently interact with your inner wounds versus how you really want it to go? We can all easily numb out, especially this being a holiday weekend. It'd be very easy to numb out on all the summer things, a cold beer, a cold, Jack and Coke? I don't know. Or I guess more like a pina colada or something like that. Like, right, we could all numb out on those things. And, it's fine to an extent, but when we're numbing out with those intoxicants, we're avoiding what's actually surfacing to be healed, to be up, to be released, to be up leveled. And if you really want what you want and go where you want to go, things have to go. So while this isn't a full moon, I do feel like there is some level of realization around what actually needs to be let go. Because I think some of us are really like, this Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. Some of us are having this long-term, like, yes, there's the lunation cycles that are 28 days, and you have the new moon and then the full moon and release. And those are, that's a small scale cycle. But a lot of us are kind of going through releasing such big, grand things and that have been a part of our character or being for the longest time. And we're letting those go. And it's really this opportunity with this Cancer moon to be in integrity and be real with yourself about how you actually want to release something, and what you're willing to do in place of that. Because obviously it's like if you quit smoking, you kind of need like a hands hobby, like, making bread or yarn crafting or something like that in order to be doing something, because you're so used to this motion, right? So anyway, so maybe this is an opportunity to discern what that is for you. What you can actually do to replace it while you heal it, and then eventually you can like work into avoid and, I don't know, create something really magical with it. So anyway, all right, let's see what's up with the Star Trek Next Gen Tarot. This could be a really emotional weekend with this new moon in Cancer. If you happen to be somebody who has a water moon, whether that's Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or you have a lot of water placements, you could be really easily sent to tears. I know when the moon is in certain parts of its cycle, like I can watch the silliest thing and it makes me cry instead of laugh, or sometimes I just do that. Like I'll go watch like the 50, what was it? The 50 saddest moments in ER or something like that. Or I'll go watch like, I don't know, just a sad episode of something that'll actually like bring on the tears. And then I'll kind of just let the tears flow. Like, okay, I got the tears flowing. Let me just cry and have a really good cry. So I feel like that could be a thing for some people this weekend. I hope y'all have a great 4th of July. It's a new moon, so the sky is perfect for some fireworks, provided you're not on a burn ban. So be attentive to that. We got, what is this? Okay, the King of Batleths in reverse. Oh, well, this is some authority that's worn out its welcome, whether this is the authority that you have created in your own mind. Maybe you are still attached to some childhood authority that no longer exists, or this is the authority of the powers that be in our world that have worn out their welcome, which, yeah. But this is kind of that, like, can you see where the authority, maybe even the authority that you have perceived to be under, has this stronghold on you that's no longer necessary, and that it's like time to renegotiate how you perceive. I'm putting this on you because for us to overcome what we feel is authority, right? All of us can feel threatened by authority, but it's really our own perception of what that is, right? So we don't have to feel any sort of way like, okay, that person thinks that they have authority over me or power over me, but really I don't really give a shit what they think or whatever, right? So I feel like this comes back to us in our individual way and how we perceive authority. This King of Batleth in reverse, King of Swords in reverse in traditional tarot, is really about a king who's overstepped his bounds. And if you are, a consenting adult of legal age, you're making your own money, you're making your own choices, then, anybody kind of having any kind of authority over you may actually just be in your head and the way you perceive it, where you could just be like, you know what, this is what I want to do, shut up. Right? Thanks for your opinion, but I'm going to do it my way. Right? So, and there's a level of taking responsibility when we take on our own authority. We have to take our own responsibility for learning something, for speaking something, for, whatever that looks like for you. So that's kind of what I feel for that King of Batleths in reverse. Let's see what kind of self-care we've got. I think have a good cry sounds like a really good way of self-care this weekend. It's going to maybe be emotional and watery. And so I feel like having a good cry. You may feel headachy during this new moon. So maybe just taking a rest or hydrating, finding some natural ways to hydrate versus, you know, something that's overly sugary, salty with color dye in it. You know, again, just re-examining how you self-care or self-soothe or even be compassionate with yourself, and just, you know, exploring some new ways to do that so that you can kind of shift yourself into a new direction. So, dang it. All right. Oops. Alone time. Yeah. I really feel like this Cancer season is a lot of alone time in general because we have now Saturn and Neptune in retrograde. Although they're not really moving, they're pretty stationary at this point. They won't get moving for a while, but all the more reason to really, you know, dig ourselves in with some self work and introspection and all of those things. I kind of feel like a broken record, but I also think that drives the point. Like, okay, how many times can she say introspection in Moon Astrology Tarot, right? But I feel like that's how important it is really taking that time to disconnect yourself from other people and other people's opinions and other people's potential or perceived authority, you know, to really get in there with what actually has that stronghold in your own mind of, you know, that who actually has that stronghold of authority for you. So taking some time to be alone. Again, I know in the United States it's a celebration weekend, but also be conservative with your energy, as needed, as desired. You know, I actually will have no problem telling my family, like, I can't today. I need a break from peopling. So, you know, be conservative where you can, but be honest with people around you. Like, okay, you know, I got together with y'all last weekend. This weekend I need a break. So, and I need to do my own thing for a while. And so, yeah, there you go. All right, that's what I got for this moon in Cancer. This is the new moon in Cancer. Again, do feel free. The links are below for the Cancer season, sun and rising signs, the practical tools for 2024. Buy me a coffee if you'd like. You can book a reading with me if you'd like. All of those things are below in the description box. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will reply when I can. So thank you very much. Have a good one. See you on the next video.